Day 1225, the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. I just find some kind of share about the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Please contact me directly. Really appreciate it. They were doing Sim at your day, Sim Kuf Pei Hey, Sif Yud to Yud Ches. Yoda, you should know, Jesh Megdolim, she's stopping. Among the women who are not sure, Imani Amasla, Sushamesh Mishata, Isibach in Amasla works, and she gives an excuse to the fact that she had said she was Tome by saying that I was just fooling around with you. Mama we have such a thing by Mama as to say I was just fooling around. Valini read the Bible Hani. So that's the it says the question, choice question, and Roshun says definitely does work. The Bacha in your cloud because that kind of such talk come upon. It doesn't seem like this is a laughing matter to fool around. Besides that, the time of Hashtar only works when the other guy is demanding. It says Sita B Chinam. So the Netbar says, just like you oppressed me to claim on me for naught, can any of this look, I oppressed you by answering you or not. Here it's not relevant to say that he demanded to have relations with her, which would be, and she would begrudge that. He has the right to it. If it was he didn't demand relations, don't say that there's a taina that she was being misleading. And even she said that in mockery and scoff, like women do. Still, the statement is clearly said in a serious way. So, if the husband felt that she said it as a mockery and scoffing, that certainly is meaningless. So she said it was in a serious vein. She's not believed to say it was just kidding around. Yeah, of course, Rabbi Ramon become coming. That's what Shlomo anybody wants to be machmer, not to leave her. It's a measure of piety. In other words, we don't say he's a foolish chassid. Because she's giving me a good excuse for what she said. Okay, it's not true. But Shmuel didn't want to accept the master of his own wife. He's seen her feeling he had made her separate and toivel. Further, what seems to me the Kamashal and I feel like he has shots on Nasa. It's even if her time an owner came, when he has to have relations with her. Medina came and and since according to strict law, she's believed that she gives an excuse. I might say that the husband now still has to fulfill the mitzvah of having relations before it goes out, or derech, etc. That comes out the law not true. This chassidus is certainly not mandatory. Your base he also writes she's believed his credibility even she was silent afterwards. Even if she's silent, as long as she just came and lied down next to her husband. And he knows that when she said initially she said this because she was upset in a fight. Which he had made with her. And he said, bottom line, her husband still has to stay ask her. Because she said, I'm tummy. She has to verbally state her excuse. There's just something okay? And also it's a way that according to the Shach. Doesn't seem that way from the Minchas Yaakov, because that's the case. What's that which it says in the Emes? I feel she's weak even by silence. Ain't kan shtika, there's no silence. Like Shlomo, I could say that he didn't inside the Erev. Even though according to strict law, he's not mechuyev to say anything. Not mechuyev to do anything. Go say its value of the tiniest. Nevertheless, anyways, we can't clarify mivarino. We do clarify. This is the Shai says he thinks that's the Shach. Funny, it also needs to meet the im habal here. If the husband consents when she said it to Mehani, Shazel Minea Kas Varogas, because she's on the out with him temporarily. Zehu Anida Ashalala Valeva Masla. Okay, it shows not that relationship without a good story. Koko never is Dyke, she bought, Vishachev said slow. It's enough for her to come and lay down with him. So Rabbeinu Hamaga Shakaza, Vuyodea Makir, he knows and recognizes. Come on, before the testimony, he knew this. Hamidchil lo loivin she'amra zemi nekas. No, so he has to his understanding. He understood that it was kas, but initially he didn't understand that. Elishmatik Shabbat, it's slow. He only knows this now after the fact. So let's see how much here. Then certainly she has to verbalize the masla which is used. He says back his visa F Shalomar the low play Gabach Ramah. That's when the Ramach and Ramah do not argue. You gimel. The Davka Meres Tmeani. Similarly, she's told she's Tamei Mahani Amal Masla. The excuse is effective. But if she wore clothing which is designated, they made use of this. And then she said, "I'm Tor." I will be Shanimta. Shenos Masla. Very interesting excuse. What she said initially, and she's not credible. I believe the Turka Tama Alha. I'll say towards the sound. That's what I mean. What's the difference? Acharashma, around because of the chiluk, the growth distinction is gadol. It's very great machine to that. The mishum boshes or ones, on account of embarrassment or being compelled. Yochli Yosha Tomat Meani, it's possible that she would say to Meani. Avalasos Maaseh Mimnei Zeh, but to do a deed and to go further, Lil Bush Bigday and do so to put on her needed clothing. Ain't an MS Pamasla. If she did that, she's not believe. I might say she's not believe. There's no credibility. The ancient answer those that say the awesome I did being the nida, but since she's wearing needed clothing, who's going to deal with Shinosah, and therefore she was assumed to be needed by her neighbors. Can mash somcha by masla. What good does the masla do for us? Hashem levadume masla. The neighbors are concerned; they won't know about that masla. Masha Ain't as opposed to Bomer by Vanny, which says doesn't Tome, Somcha al Masha Tagilo Masachakach. So I'm not sure who's Somech on who. But somebody's Somech on who, that the Masa will come afterwards. It's the Maral. Zeh Yesh Neshama that this comes after Imam Matmani. She said, I'm Tome, Gavne Achem. Shesamu Zeh, even from other people who heard it, only not as she directly attests with them. Lo Mahani Amasla, she can't give an excuse. Some arguments say that Amir Ba'am Chashila, which was a statement. We don't say that the Mises Mibato, the Dibur. You doubt. I'm sorry. That we don't say that the Dibur, the Dibur on the mind say the Mises. Okay, you doubt. I forgot to sum it up. Even though it's similar now, but Shochet by Shochet. Shah says Simon Rosh Kevis who made a sign at on the head of the lamb. I got interrupted there. Let's try to give you $1 again. But I've got a Simon Aleph. The Shochet was a Simon Rosh Kevis. In Simon Aleph, we're talking about a Shochet who made a sign in the head of a lamb. He spread the Mahani Amasla got Masias Maset. It became clear that Masla works even when. Also, when you do, when you did something, you made a simon. Shani Hassan, the lawyer there he was compelled to do it that way. But here, why should you have to do something? Hello, Mark, man, she should just send tummy. So she added some act. Hello, Mani Masla, therefore Masla shouldn't work. The Jewish of Laman is everything we learn. The Bakom Bakom Shalfia Masla, any place where according to that Masla. You have to do myself, I guess, in order to sustain the whatever you're trying to sustain. Rules you're trying to sustain, story you're trying to sustain. So then the excuse, the explanation where it's in we did a story. Those who are arguing al din b'shibashah, who are going to there by the Rosh Kevis. The Rabbi has a Sham Sif Sam Chalif. We already explained that there. Ayin Sham. That's what we call it. Any of that. I really don't seem to know. Interesting way putting it. Okay, but eventually any of that. I don't know. Don't see no method of say very chiluk pashut. It's just simple between here and the head of the lamb. The zone in the side of Shayam will Masagamba Busha Big Day Nidusa. Okay, an amasa should theoretically work, also, which is wearing neither clothing. But Shas is a chazaka. But the Shas calls it a chazaka assumption. They said who's going to need it, but she says she's assumed to need it by her neighbors. Masha Hamas chazaka, you can't have an amasa on a chazaka. Chazaka having minatar, chazaka is midaraisa, kibadai is it's for sure. There's so many chazakas. We stone people on account of such chazakas. Isha Tina with Tinokashis Galu Biyachad, such as a man or woman who live as a husband and wife, 2 children who grew up with his brother and sister. He's a Bishalil, so it's a good Kedushin in terms of Arias. Hay Mil Shama Masla is a Masla work there. We're Muxak, and that's the case. So the brackets case of Kosel Chavas Das. So it's saying similar. Look at the Torah where it's going to work out well. So he says, 10 was astonishing. This is better somebody who's assumed to be needed by her neighbors than a woman who says, "Pussy, I'm Tomei." Where she is believed to say, "I'm Torah" through an Amasla. Tomei Rabbi. Many people are astonished at the Torah. The body is chalik, so there's room to distinguish in the cases. Mikamitsos from several reasons, which we wrote, which we have said. Neither part of the Amateria dash the Torah also knew such chilukim. But here, this is what he's asking. The Torah relieves the woman. He can rely on her into Matara. You see, like it says. The Safar she counts for a lot small for herself. Okay, so for me, when she says she's told me goes the Torah decreed Shem Chuyav Habal Amila. Husband is required to believe her. By him, she's a definite, as if she's a definite nida. Because nevertheless, an excuse works. But of course, when he is required to believe her, then according to Shmuel, sounds like it's more than Shavei Nafshcha. So it sounds like there's an intrinsic credibility vis-a-vis the husband, and therefore, if an amasa works there, but she has intrinsic credibility, Koshkem L'Zaka, it's certainly by an assumed state. She didn't get him where it's not relevant to them. It's no difference to them. Chazakazu. Whether there's in this assumption, which is Tomei the Torah. And if you're going to say, well, Chazak is like definite, again, like I said a moment ago, it's her saying to her husband is more than a definite. Shchein goes to Torah Benita, that's the decree of Torah Benita, because then Masa never has a Masa works. You have to say, Shaydei Masa Butler Dibura, by through the Matla, her Dibur is nullified Vavikilu Amra, it's as if she never said anything. You can't go so that's when she's a hooksa goes there. That through the masa, the chazaka is cancelled. It says brackets here again, there's nothing to do with the head of the lamb and Tzirav, Sham Shita Shema Masa, there it's obvious that the masa works no matter what. Shenka Chazaka Lord and Maras Levad Shchita. Those chazaka by anybody else, no Maras, for anybody else except through the Shchita. The Iraq with Shchita, I mean, only by Shchita, the Torah believed in individual, like we said there. So, okay, Arukh is dealing with a superior Nemanis, which is unique to the Nida, which is not applicable to the other cases. Tesai Varasha around Shilkum the Rasham around the distinction. How go this way they say. Yes, and Amasla negates the statement and the assumption. Mako Shalom Bavinim Shalafia Maslusa Loya Lasoske. That's where our perception is that according to her excuse, she did something inappropriate. Even according to she did something inappropriate. So Smaisa Vosh Bidin Usa like to do a deed to wear needle garments. Ain't no Mamila Masla Maslusa May, so we don't believe her Masak on account of the Svara. And the Chazaka remains intact that she is in a nida. Chemia said, so if I should take the Shesha Gustav, let's see if you can give me this way I have to explain. The second answer we gave is see if you give I don't see my Shibiara learning it's a shame, but it doesn't seem like that is correct. I'm sorry, that which we said in Sif Tez Vav a couple of minutes ago. Learning at Kriyat Straight doesn't seem to say like that second response. Coach Kinch ain't saying you got Simon Al. So he goes, no, you do Simon Al, but Shochet shows the Simon Shakeva. So the Shochet who made a sign in the head of the lamb, it was shown by him how Masa, there's something Masa works. Also in the story that Ramah brings down the Tshuva, man and woman who made an agreement because they were concerned by Ayin Hara. That she should say, the husband and wife, she told me should say afraid of Ayin Hara if she's pregnant. So they made a pact to pretend she's neither in order that there should be Ayin Hara. So clear, he's allowed to have relations with her. Ain't got no chazaka with no assumption nor any even verbalization. Because since her primary credibility and presumptions are relevant to her husband, and he deliberately went along with this. So what should we have concern? Back to the Sefer Gamma. Rama also says it's okay. And the Tazer was astounded with his extensive discussion for another reason. He says no shows no comparison. The who loker whether he says he gets malchus because of the he pashit lokers that she obviously gets malchus on chunk for some reason whatever it's talking about. It's astonishing, which I would see Ches, the Duke. Okay. Yudain. Davar Pashat. It is simple, obvious. Isha Shem about Manny, woman says to us, I'm telling you, Chazal Matori, and then she went back and said, I'm Tar. Shabla Masa in minutes without an excuse, she's not believed. I think she says amigos, she could say, believe me, I said X, because could have said Y. She goes to Yom so you call it the so she's going to be Qatar pass. Vice call my cane, call my cane, you see to me, she could say, yes, I was Tommy, but I'm Tar. Coco never show Maris Torani Hayisi when she says I was Tar. I didn't imagine she's not to believe me, she was show you some because she made herself a piece of Isser. Well, you know, brings that down, that concept. For low money, Migos and Migos, I work for Shabi and Avshe. Let's come as far as who ain't on Utsuchim. Well, Sean says, no, even though that the Chavas Das says that, we don't really need this one. Came to the message the Torah believes her, he came Yacha Amalo, since, again, the Torah she thought so, since immediately when she said whatever she said to him, the Torah slammed the credibility on this, slapped the credibility on this. Having it's like witnesses. Don't say, okay, we can't say we go here. So I guess more like a Miko Mokaman. It's not, but the point is the same. After 3 days in the house, it doesn't work. Too late. It's gone. She was under that assumption of such amount of time. It's a Bishmul Ebenezer. He said they can't. I don't think so. The heat of Shalom Yom, okay, it's true. We say that Mugzakas is 30 days. The Shusalam Yom Havi Chazaka, presumption implies after 30 days, like saying Mashi work with Agesha, stuff like that. By a woman, time is better for us on her side. Sharei Yeshla is Mashi she has time now to become Torah, Yeshla Migo. But she doesn't affect the Migo. It's true, we said it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But that's not on account of the extended time. He said in the previous sif, but that's again, it's not going to extend the time. Also, we already clarified the Zeh Shem Minasa Torah Adif from the Chazaka than the Torah, but belief Torah is superior to Chazaka. According to Grim, Meno, and certainly worse than Chazaka. But Al Kozeh Maaseh Masa, nevertheless, a Masa works for this. The Hilsa Nida, who got him a Masla, also when she's assumed to be Nida, a Masla is also effective, just a Masa, unless, except we can account only if not, it's because she did a Maisa, which would sound like we saw in Sibir Gimel. The final analysis. Whatever she's Muslim for the days is no different than whatever she's Muslim in her neighbors. Therefore, what works with one will certainly will work with the other, and vice versa as well. And that is that for today's.